In the last video, I showed you how to install R and RStudio in your Mac and Windows computer. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you very basic introduction of RStudio, how it works, what it looks like, and some of the very basic mathematical or statistical operations that we can use in RStudio. Okay, you can open just R here. Okay, just click R. So if you want to create a R script file here, what you need to do is you need to click the new file plus very left and then go to R script. Okay, now it shows the 4 screens here: first, second, third, fourth screen, 4 screens. Okay, so this is how you create a new R script file, and then you do whatever you want to do there, like x equals to 21 and then y equals to 23, and you can type all those things. So this is how the typical RStudio window look like. Okay, let me open an R script file that I have written already, lab 1 basic algebra R. So this file, all these R files or lab files are posted in the Georgia view. Okay, so you will have access for those, and if I double click that, it will see in there. Let me remove the file that I just created. So a typical RStudio window contains 4 screens: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this screen is called console. All right, this screen is called console. So console is used to do some kind of operations and then get the output. For example, you can say, you can use as a calculator. So you can do 1 plus 2. It shows 3 right away. Okay, and you can do 2 times 34. See, it shows a number right away. Or you can do like, let x equals to 21 and then y equals to 32, and you want to find out x times y. So you can do that way too. So this is called the console. All right, so where you can type some problem and then get the result right away. But the thing is, whenever you close this R, then the console may not be saved. This kind of thing may not be saved. So what you want to do in that case is you want to write in a script screen. Okay, this is called the R script screen or data view screen. Okay, now look at this. So whenever you do so many operations in the console, then it will fill up, right? So I want to clear up this. How do I clear up? Is to clear up this, you go to the edit and then go to clear console, and it will clear up everything, and then you can do that again. But one of the things it doesn't do is it does not remove the value of x and y. If you just type x and hit enter, it will give you the previous value. Okay, it will give you the value that you used before. If you type y, that's what it gives you, right? So although it clears the stuff from the screen, the values are in the memory. The value of the variables are in the memory. Okay, so but how do I remove this? You can type rm and then x. Okay, this is one way. So if you type x, it says error because x is not found, because rm removed, you removed it already. Okay, now this is one way. Another way is if you want to give another value of x, let's say x equals to 21, right? And then let's say y equals to, we had 32, right? And if I type x equals to 7, so I gave new values of x, so it will forget the old value. It will remove the old value and then it will tell you the new value. Now if I type x and hit enter, then it gives that. It gives just the latest value. Okay, now so this is the called console, where you can type the problem and then you can get the outcome right away. All right, so again, how do I clear the console? You go to the edit and go to clear console. This is how you clear the console. This is the first screen you see. So the second screen you see is this screen, that is called the R script or the data view screen. Okay, this is R script or the data view. Okay, so what do you mean by R script? So here you type anything, and then whenever you save it, let me show you, whenever you save it, you type it and save it, then it will be saved forever, right? So you can save it as a file, and if you need it tomorrow, you can open it tomorrow and then work on that. So that is the R script. So how do I open a new R script? Is you go to that plus sign on the very left. If you do plus and then R script, okay, just click that R script and you will see in title one, on title 1. Now you do the same thing. So x equals to, you say 21, right? And then y equals to 23, and then you type xy. This is what we did, right? So but here you don't see if you hit enter, you don't see anything here. So how do I get these values run? How do I get the output from there? What you need to do is the thing you typed here, you need to run. But before you run, you need to save this. Where do you want to save it? Okay, do you want to save it into the R code? What I did is I made a R code on my desktop, for a folder on my desktop, and then save it. So how do I save it? Is go to this, press this one or that one as a save. Just press that one and it will ask you, what do you want to save? Where do you want to save it? Okay, I go to desktop, and on mine, what I'm doing there is go to the teaching. On my desktop, it has a teaching folder. On the teaching, there is a biostat, and then under the biostat there is introduction to biostatistics, and then there is a computer R course, and it's biostat R course, and then go to the R code, and there is a lab 1, right? So what I want to do is I want to give a name lab 11 underscore try. That's what I gave the name, and then I'm saving it like that. Okay, so now if I go to that folder, you see that lab 11 underscore try. This is saved just now, 5:57. Okay, so this is how you can create a new file and then save. Now how do I run this? How do I find out the value of xy if I do something in the script file? I suggest anything you do in the script file, create a new script file and save it, and then do it so that you can save the things. Right now I want to run x equals 21. Just put the cursor there, that blinker there, and then go to run. That blinker will automatically go to the next line, okay, and run that again and run that again. Oh, x times y, I forgot that, x times y. Okay, so you need to do x times y. If you do x times y, it gives you 483. So x is 21, y is 23, and x times y is 483. So if you close it, okay, let me save it and then close it. I closed it, right? Now I want to go to the same folder, go to that folder, and then if I run that, if I double click, it will actually show you the file that I saved. So it will be saved forever unless you remove it, right? All right. So this is the R script file. So I showed you how to create a new R script file, how to save it, where to save it, how do I find it. Okay, if you want to, you can create a R code folder in your desktop or in the on your desktop, and then save every R file, all the R file there. Okay, that is what the R script file is. All right, next. The next file is called the workspace and history file. What it does is it saves all the variable values or the data values here. Okay, so the one variable value was x equals 21. Another one, the latest value of y was 23. That's what we saved, right, in the last file. So it is saving that here. All right, and you can see the history. What did you do? So we did 1 plus 2 in the console. Previously we did 1 plus 2, we did 2 times 34, we did x equals 21, y equals 31. We found x times y, we removed x, and we found again, we defined x and y, and then x equals 7. We did all these things. So everything you did here in the console, or everything you run in the script file, will be saved in the history. So how do I, and also the environment will save the data values, okay, or the value of the variables or the parameter. Now how do I remove these x and y values? You just go to this brush is the clear, right, and hit enter. So it removed. Now I have to remove all this history. How do I do that? Again, click the brush and then click yes. So it removes all those. All right, so this is basically the workspace and history screen. All right guys, and the last one screen is the files. It shows you the file in the this is the default, it is showing in the desktop, right? or in your computer, all the files in your program files, okay, all the program files there. And then plots will show you the plots. I will show you how. And packages is showing you the list of packages that R is using. If you uncheck this, it will not use that. If you check this, it will use that base package, and so on. So help, so it will show you the help bottom. So I'll show you how to use the help. Okay, for example, let's say I would say question mark and then mean. Okay, if I do question mark and then mean, it will show you, and then hit enter, it will show you, see, arithmetic mean. What is the meaning of mean? It is the arithmetic mean, and it will show you how to use that. It will show you some examples on how to use that mean. Okay, so this is what the help is. So if you don't know how to find out what is the meaning of, let's say, standard deviation, right? Standard deviation. If I hit enter, then it says that there is no name in standard deviation. But how about this one, and do the lowercase standard deviation, and if I hit enter, and it shows the help will show the standard deviation. So if you don't know something, then just do the question mark and then type the thing that you want to know. If it is in the R package or R library, then it will show it here. If it is not there, then it will show that we could not find it in the library. Okay, so that is the files, plots, package, and help thing. Okay, now in the files, at the very beginning, it will show you all the program files, but I want to go to the directory or the folder that I have saved that file. Okay, I want to go to the folder. I want to find the folder that I saved. That do you remember that lab11 underscore try file that I created? So I want to go there. So what do? Go to the desktop. Under the desktop, in my file, I have a teaching 2021, spring 2021, and then I go to biology that, and then go to the introduction to that, and then go to computer R codes, and go to biostat R codes, and go to R code, and look at that, lab11 try underscore try.1. That's the file that I created, and that's how I find out here. And if I double click, it showed you that file here, meaning that we are in the exactly same directory. We are opening that directory, and we are opening that file from the directory. So this is important. Okay, sometimes we may have a very, very, very big data set, like 1 million data or 10,000 data set. If you want to work on that data set, you want to open the folder here that contains that data set. Okay, and then you will pull that data set from here. All right, guys, so that's how it works. So if you do not have that directory here, then it will not work. It will not work sometimes. But I mean, if you give the address or the path of the directory, even if you do not plot here, it might work. But I suggest always open that directory here and find out the path and then copy the path there. Okay, that's what we do. So I will go over this again in the future. Okay, but for now I just wanted to show what that file stands for, what that plot stands for, and then all those package stands for, and all those things. Okay, all right, so this is the very basic introduction to the screen of the R Studio. Now I want to go over all the very, very basic things that you can do in the R or R Studio. So it can work as you can say calculator, very basic calculator. Okay, for example, I am moving my cursor here and I'm pressing run. So let me erase this first. Go to the edit and then go to the edit console. Okay, so I'm erasing that. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to do all this. What is 3 plus 2? Just put that cursor or push that, just click the blinker, click it here and go to run. So 3 plus 2 is 5. That's what it is doing. What is 3 minus 2 times 4? That's what it do, negative 5. And then next is 5 minus 4 plus 12 seventh. It is 2.71. See, all these blue are the questions. All these black color text are the answers. Okay, now. So I am giving a variable, I'm defining a variable, let's say x equals 2 plus 3 minus 4. I run it, it doesn't show any result there, okay? So if you define a variable, then if you click, if you run that line, line 8 has a variable, right? I define x equals that, but it doesn't show the value of x unless you ask it to show. So what I did on line 9 is type x, and if you run it, it will show you the value of x. Okay. Similarly, y is 9 times 3 minus 5, 11. It doesn't show that unless you type, you just run line 11, that is y. So now you have saved the value of x and y. X is 1, y is 26.545. Okay, now I want to work with those variables. I don't want to type that 2 plus 3 minus 4, 9 times 3. I don't want to do that. I want to work with like, what is the x plus y? Just type x plus y and then run it. So 27.54545. That's what you do. Again, as I mentioned, I want to remove that x value. Remove x. I want to remove the y value. I removed y. Now if I type x or y, it says I could not find that because we removed that already. Okay, guys. So the next thing I want to do is I want to generate a data. For example, let's say a is the numbers between 0 and 10 with the increment or increment 1. Okay, that's what it is taking. Starting from 0, just list all the numbers between 0 and 10 with increasing by 1. Okay, so that's what it does. Okay, let me run that. So you can click at the end or in the middle or at the very beginning, or you can just select that and then click that. Okay, it runs that way. Okay, now it doesn't say what are the values in a, but if you type a separately, then it will show you all the values between 0 and 10, including those two values. So these are in the increasing order, right? Now, if you want to write in the decreasing order, if you want to generate data or the numbers in a decreasing order with decimals or whatever, so what it does is 11.1, okay, and then colon. See, colon is what it does is it is picking the first value and the last value, and the colon means the increment, or it is increasing by 1 or decreasing by 1. That's what it means. Okay, that's what the increment there. So let's say b, I'm typing b, it doesn't show the output. Now if you type b, it shows the output. Okay, now how many outcomes are in b? So how do I find out that? How many numbers are there? 10.1, 11.1, 10.1. It is decreasing by 1 because we had a colon here, right? I want to know what is the length of b. You type it there. Length of b is 11. So if I want to know length of a, then it shows 11 as well, because a had 11 data points or 11 numbers or 11 objects there, right? And b has 11 objects as well. Okay. So this is how you do that. But if you want to create your number, for example, instead of saying 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, I want to do like 1 and then 7 and then 2 and then 11 like that, without any sorting, or just randomly you want to define a variable with those numbers. How do I do that? Is look at this. You give a name. I'm giving R. You can give any name there, and equals to, you start with C. It is creating a C. It is like creates a row of these numbers. Okay, type C, and then inside the parenthesis you type the number you want to include in R. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So let us do that. R equals to C13247. Okay, now if you do that, if you type R, then it will show you the values in that same order that you assigned. So these ways will give you the value only in the increasing order or decreasing order, or with certain gaps between the numbers, like 2, 4, 6, 8, like that, with certain increment. But this one will generate the data with the object you assign in the order you assign. Okay, now I want to find out what is the average of these. What is the mean? You know how to find out the mean of this, right? What is the mean of that? Is you want to find out the sum of these. 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4, right? What do you get? 10 divided by how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 divided by 5. So it is 2. The mean is 2, right? So yeah, you know what? Since I am in R, I don't need to do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. I can do sum R. Okay, let's do sum and then R. So if you do that, it will give you, oh, what is R there? Oh, I forgot to add 7 there. I'm sorry. I forgot to add 7. So Now I want to go up. Let me show you one more trick. So I want to go up on this line or this line, on this line. Okay. So how do I do that? Is on your computer you have a up arrow in your computer on the very right hand side on the bottom, or somewhere else you have left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, and down arrow. If you go to up arrow, and then it will start to give you all those values. Now I got that, and then I want to do +7. Hit enter. I got 17. Okay, and then what is 17 divided by 5 is 3.4. Or instead of doing that sum and this, I can find out. I wanted to find out the mean. So what I want to do is I want to find out the mean of this R directly. How? You just type mean, and then R. Okay, if you do that, it will give you the value of the mean right away. So it works that way. Okay, these are very basic things that I'm showing here, and it also shows the, see, I'm in line 27. It has mean. Line 26, line 27, it has find the standard deviation. So what is the standard deviation of the data? 2.3. That's what the standard deviation of this data. Okay, so in your elementary statistics class, you know what the standard deviation means, and you know how to find out that. But we are not doing by hand here. We will do everything by the by using this software. So it find out the standard deviation. Now you want to sort the values, because these values of the numbers in the R, are not in the sorting in increasing or decreasing order, right? So if you run sort R, then it gives you increasing order. Okay. Now, so here, so we mentioned already. Let me clear up this edit and then clear console. We mentioned already that if we have 2, and then if you want to add 2 and 3, then just type 2 plus 3, right? But what is our value of A? You have value of A 0 through 10, and value of B is, just type it, and then B is 11.1, 10.8, and so on. All right. Now, I want to add all these elements to all these elements, like element wise. First element add to first, second add to second, third add to third, and so on. How do I do that? Just type A plus B. It will do that for you. Okay, all of these are 11.1. That's interesting, right? Because see, 11.1 plus 0 is 11.1, 10.1 plus 1 is 11.1, 9.1 plus 2. So it is like adding first element of A with first element of B, second element of A with second element of B, third element of A with third element of B, and so on. That's what it does. Now how about multiplication? So it also does the element wise multiplication. Look at that, A times B. So what is the value of A times B? Is this times that, this times that, this times that, and so on. This is what you will get. Okay, if you multiply element wise. First element with first element, multiply. Second times second, third times third, fourth times fourth, and so on. Now, instead of using all those values of A and B, I want to pick just some values. How do I do that? Look at this bracket there. A bracket 1 through 3. That means it is picking first element, first number, second number, and third number from A. And for B, it is picking fifth number, sixth number, and seventh number. Okay, so that's what it is doing. So let me show you that. A, first, second, and third elements, and in the B, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Okay, that's how you can pick only some of those elements. All right, guys. All right, so next one is I want to create a sequence of numbers, or I want to generate the numbers with different increment, because you see that if you type like 1 and then colon and then 5, it types all the number between 1 and 5, including 1 and 5. But if I want to include the numbers between 1 and 5 with increment not 1, this is the default. Okay, but if you want to increase by 0.5, or if you want to increase by 0.2, and so on, then this is what you do. You create a sequence of numbers between 1 and 5 with increment is 0.5. Let us do that. Run this. Okay, and then type X. See, it is doing 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and so on. Okay, now there is another way. The another way is creating a sequence of number of 9 numbers. I want to create 9 numbers between 5 and 1, decreasing, right? So how do I do that? Is write down sequence and inside the parenthesis, length equals to 9 from 5 to 1. That's what you are doing. You are 9 equidistant data between 5 and 1. Let us do that. Let us see what it does. Y is 5, 4.5, 4, 3.5. So if you count them, there are 9 of them. Okay. Sometimes you want to repeat the same data many times. Okay. How do I do that? You do rep. Okay. Repetition of 1 9 times. That's what it means. You are repeating 1 9 times. Let us do that. So, and then do that one. Okay. All right. So I am ending this video right now here. Okay. So I'm ending this video here. All right, guys. So for the next videos, I will do some more things in the next videos. Okay, guys. All right. Thank you very much.